educate the kids a little. So they're in the submarine in the beginning, and they're talking about whatchamacallit, the one man. The one man says to the other man he's talking about Titanic falling from the, shoot. Something about
hours like before it plunged into the bottom of the Atlantic.
From the world above, he says, and then the guy says, "You're full of crap, boss." And then they say, "Okay, you ready to go back to Titanic?" And she says, "It's been 84 years!" And he says, just try to remember, she says,
"Are you going to let me tell this story, Mr. Lovett, or what?" And then,
says, "It's been 84 years, and I can still smell the fresh paint. The china had never been used. The sheets had never been slept in. Titanic was called the Ship of Dreams."
And it was. It really was.
And then Rose comes on, and then Jack, he's at the poker store. "Niente, what do you have?" Fabrizio?
Yes. He's like, "My mama was. You're not going to see your mother for a very long time."
And then they don't have to go through the life check because they say that they're both Americans, which really is a lie.
Fabrizio is not an American.
Fabrizio couldn't even speak English. Apparently, man, this thing is not stable. So then they get on the boat and they're in third class, and then Jack, my favorite part, when he saves Kate, when he bums that, you know, I'm talking about.
Kate's gonna off herself off the back of the ship, and Jack saves her. And then moments later, he bums a cigarette from the guard, and he twirls the cigarette sort of in his mouth, and it's like her favorite part of the movie. I don't know.
And oh my gosh! And then he says, "Funny how the lady slipped so suddenly, and you managed to remove your jacket and your boots." So then, okay, what happens next? So then he goes to dinner with them, and right?
Yeah.
And
they're asking him all these questions.
Listen, we're trying to teach you something very important.
I don't think they care.
So, Jack takes her down to the lower class, and they meet up with all Jack's friends, and they're dancing, and there's Irish people everywhere. Party people!
We're doing...
Don't get me doing that.